On a chilly night in July 2001, British backpacker Peter Falconio disappeared along a remote stretch of the Stuart Highway in central Australia. What began as a carefree road trip with his girlfriend, Joanne Lees, became one of the nation's most unsettling true crime mysteries, a case that captured global headlines, inspired conspiracy theories, and divided public opinion. Peter and Joanne were traveling through the vast Australian outback in their orange Volkswagen Combi. On July 14, 2001, a vehicle drew alongside and signaled them to pull over, indicating a warning of a possible mechanical problem. The roadside stop rapidly turned into a nightmare. According to Lee's testimony, Peter stepped out to speak with the driver while she stayed inside to rev the engine. Moments later, she heard a loud bang, which she thought was an engine backfire, followed by the sounds of a scuffle. Suddenly, a man with a handgun appeared at her window. Joanne called for Peter, but he was nowhere in sight. She was then handcuffed with cable ties and forced into the back of the man's Toyota utility vehicle. When the offender was distracted and some distance away, possibly moving Peter's body, Joanne took her chance, scrambling out of the vehicle and into the darkness. Stumbling through the prickly spinifex and rugged terrain, she managed to hide amongst the scrub. The man, soon realizing she had escaped, searched the area with a flashlight, aided by his dog. Several times, he passed dangerously close, but the dog never picked up her scent or showed very little interest in doing so. After about 2 hours of searching, the man finally gave up. Joanne then watched as he moved the Combi off the road and drove away. Fearing his return, Joanne stayed hidden for about 5 hours before cautiously making her way to the highway. Spotting the headlights of an approaching road train, she stepped into its path to flag it down, leaping clear at the last moment. The truck driver, thinking he might have hit her, stopped and started walking back, checking under his trailers. Soon, Joanne emerged from the darkness, battered, dust-coated, with her hands still tied. After freeing her hands and helping her search for Peter, he drove Joanne to the nearest settlement, where the local police were alerted. Investigators found the Combi, traces of blood, footprints, and Lee's harrowing account, but there were no signs of Peter Falconio. Over the next 4 years, police collected enough evidence to charge Bradley John Murdoch, a drug runner well acquainted with the remote region. DNA found on Lee's clothing linked him to the crime. Police also found Joanne's hairband on the grip of his handgun. In December 2005, a jury convicted him of Falconio's murder. He was sentenced to life imprisonment, though he continued to proclaim his innocence. Yet, for Peter's family, the worst pain persisted. Without a body, there could be no funeral, no sense of closure. In 2025, the case took its final legal twist. Murdoch died in custody after a battle with cancer, taking with him any chance of revealing where Falconio's remains might lie. The Australian outback is an unforgiving place. Its vastness can swallow evidence, and a well-hidden grave can remain undiscovered for many decades. Murdoch's conviction offered a form of justice, but the mystery endures. 20 years on, the disappearance of Peter Falconio still haunts as a stark reminder of how quickly an adventure can turn into tragedy and how the search for answers can persist beyond even the accused. Be sure to check out another of our videos and don't forget to subscribe. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving us a like or leaving a comment.